So I do want to get in kind of the obvious. You were prepped for Marigali for a while, and now on 4 days' notice, you're going against Patrick Gaudio. How are you feeling going in with that change?
Obviously, it's like the wind sort of gets taken out of your sails when you hear that your opponent that you've been prepping for has an injury or can't make it. So, like the initial shock sort of sucks, and then as soon as I found out I had a replacement, all that energy was back. And Patrick's like astounding grappler himself, so it's for me, it's just another challenge. I'm excited to try and overcome.
Yeah, and I was actually listening to the new episode of the White Monster podcast that came out today when you were talking about you've had one of the toughest training camps and you were kind of bummed if you weren't going to get to show that off. And now that you have that opportunity, how excited are you going to get to go against Gaudio and show everything that you've been working harder than ever for?
Yeah, that was the most disappointing part. Was like I'd put together a really good team of not only guys in my gym, but like guys I really respect. Jeremy Skinner, Dima Murvani, and Joseph Chen to put together not only technical sides of my training camp, but everything was laid out. My strength and conditioning was laid out by Atomic Athlete. Every aspect of my life was dictated by someone else, and all I had to do was show up and put in 110% into everything I did, and then now I'm just excited to show that as like not just my hard work, but everyone who put in.
And Gaudio's been posting, I mean, for a few months now on Instagram, constantly saying that he's last minute ready. He's ready at any moment to jump in without giving away too much of your game plan. Going in, what do you think is going to be the way that you get an edge on him?
I don't think it's any secret. Like for me, it's a good level of hand fighting in the wrestling, finding my way on top, and I think once I'm on top of anyone, it's as good as over.
I am curious, coming in, a lot of people have been joining UFC BJJ. There's been a lot of talk around it. Why now?
I've been in talks several times, and things have fallen through, injuries to other athletes and things. So I was always ready to go. I'm always excited to be on these big shows and like put my best foot forward and show my level.
Talking about getting into jiu-jitsu and how you would watch the UFC, and that's how you discovered it. So how exciting it is to be able to compete under the UFC banner for this.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable experience to even be here. I've been fortunate enough to come and corner a bunch of athletes from Austin, and now to be here for myself, it's pretty unreal. It's like one of those things that when I got to call my parents back home and be like, hey, I've just been reached out to by the UFC, and tell my friends and stuff that have known me since I started training when I was 13 years old, to like be able to tell those people that this sort of dream being realized,
The Australian combat scene, like people that are coming out of it right now, I don't know what they're feeding you guys. I don't know what's going on over there, but I am curious if you have any insight.
It's just the hardworking nature, I think, of the people, especially in sports. For the population of the country, have always excelled in athletic endeavors, and it's just the nature of the competitiveness of the culture, I think, that pushes everyone to try and be their best, and it's a very supportive community, especially the fight sports community in Australia. And I came up, did a lot of training in MMA gyms, and I've watched MMA fighters make it really far, and kickboxers, and now the jiu-jitsu athletes are getting an opportunity on these big shows, so it's super exciting.
It just seems like the greatest group of people that, like you said, are so supportive.
A better arena to be in than any arena in Australia when an Australian walks out.
And then to round it out, I just have a few fun, more rapid fire questions. White Monster, when did you know that was the drink for you?
2012 when it was released.
So that day, did you try it release day?
Yeah, it would have been early.
Was it like you just took a sip and it was this like beautiful moment, you just knew your life changed?
It was like love at first sight.
I tried it for the first time today. I literally have it next to me. I'd never tried it till today, but I forced my brother to go out and buy me some at the gas station as I was getting ready. I don't know what I thought it was going to taste like. It's a grapefruit and orange, maybe?
Yeah, it's a citrus mix.
Are you sponsored at all by Monster?
No, not yet, but I'm willing to hear from them any day.
I can't imagine a reason why you wouldn't be the first person that they'd want to sponsor.
Hopefully. This is a goal. They did send me out 400 cans once, but we're working on something more official.
We need something a little bit bigger now. Definitely. What's your favorite tattoo that you have? I'm curious.
My favorite tattoo would be the first one I ever got. It's on my calf. It's a king and a queen playing card. It's 50-50, and it's for my mum and my dad. And went like growing up playing cards. They taught me how to count using like playing cards and things like this. So made the first one pretty special.
In your gym, who would survive the longest in the zombie apocalypse if it happened realistically?
Oh, that's a good question. In the gym in Austin,
Mm-hmm.
um, probably my podcast host Austin Senos, because he's the only one with any life skills. He can actually build and like has a manual labor job. Everyone else, I don't know. I think they'd struggle early doors. Back home in Australia, some lesser known guys, but Miles Simpson, I think, could survive anything.
I feel like I'd pick an Australian to survive because I don't know really what situations. I haven't been over there, but like the spiders and all of that, I feel like you guys would be more equipped in apocalypse,
I'm
maybe.
more worried about when I'm in the US, bears and things. They're way more scary
Yeah.
than little spiders and snakes.
That is okay. That actually just led so perfectly into my next question. What's the largest animal you think you could realistically submit?
Admit, depends. Do I have to fight it in their environment?
Let's say you're on neutral ground. It's neither your environment nor theirs. Maybe just like a blank field.
I, if I go for the blue whale, that's the biggest animal that's ever existed. So that tops them all.
Realistic, what sub are you doing? Like, you can't really rear naked choke the whale.
I got to trick him onto land, let him
Okay.
gas himself out. You know,
Okay, so he just naturally kind of stops and you're holding on to the not arm bar, but a fin bar.
like some sort of fin attack. Yeah.
UFC, if they did a crossover with UFC BJJ, who do you think would do the best out of all the athletes on the roster coming over to do a jiu-jitsu match?
Ooh, that's exciting. Volkanovski's grappling is unbelievable, especially if you did it in some sort of cage. His cage wrestling is exceptional. I feel like that's a biased answer. Who else would I like to see? Obviously, the guys that came up, Davino, you know, he's already an amazing world champion in jiu-jitsu alone. I'd like to see Hamza grapple.
Yes, especially with Volk, like his grappling has looked better than I've ever seen it.
No credit to Craig on that at all.
No.
He was just there to take photos.
100%. Back about White Monster podcast because I'd watched before, but I kind of binged a good few episodes before this interview. I think it is one of the most entertaining podcasts I've listened to recently, and I'm not even kidding. I was
Thank you.
locked in. I'm so curious. You guys covered such a wide range of topics in the episode that came out today. Do you go in with a plan, or do you guys just kind of sit down and start talking?
No, Austin and I live in the same apartment, so it basically just continues on from where we leave the living room until someone puts a camera in front of us.
That was one of the most just entertaining ones. The topic just kept switching to something. I was like, okay, I can't turn it off. I can't turn it off.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
That was all I had for you today.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much and good luck this week.
I appreciate it. Thank you.